The ceremony may look different, but the merit remains. Thousands of graduates marking their achievement in a way they had not imagined.
Kind of turns everything upside down of what we've been aiming for these past 4 years.
I wanted to walk a stage. This is kind of different. Well, it is different, but I wanted to walk a stage. But I graduated still, so I got my diploma.
And along with that diploma, they take with them a rather unique lesson.
So control those things that you can and roll with the punches for those things that you can't.
On this episode of Let's Talk Cincy, we're celebrating the class of 2020, as well as the educators and the communities that rally around them.
I'm just praying that my graduates be strong, and we can definitely get through this, and we'll get through it together.
From WLWT, this is Let's Talk Cincy, presented by Western and Southern Financial Group. Put our financial strength behind you.
Hello everyone, I'm Curtis Fuller. You've probably heard that saying that graduation is both an ending and a beginning, memories of the past and big dreams for the future. Well, today we salute the class of 2020 for their achievements and their ability to rise above an unimaginable obstacle. We've also witnessed the community coming together with a very creative spirit to celebrate these graduates. Here's just one example from WLWT News 5's Jatera McGee.
A different kind of pomp and circumstance.
This is just kind of the perfect ending.
To celebrate the class of 2020.
It's pretty exciting. I'm glad they put this all together.
Seniors from the School of Creative and Performing Arts donning their caps and gowns in a parade past Music Hall where they should have been walking across a stage. Instead, they're riding out the end of a senior year riddled with disappointment, some choosing to do it in style.
So we're out here to celebrate them today, and it feels good. I don't care if it's raining. It feels really good to be honoring our seniors, the class of 2020 at SCPA.
Sultana A. Williams.
As each name was called one by one.
Maya Stafford. Woo!
Principal Michael Owens handed them their hard-earned diploma, with supporters cheering them on. This graduation day, no less emotional.
This has been a long time coming, so yeah, of course. My baby graduating.
For many, like Henry Jost, the next chapter is also up in the air as colleges and universities weigh when it's safe to return.
I'll be going to OU for journalism.
I know, fingers crossed. Yeah.
These seniors couldn't change their finale.
So control those things that you can and roll with the punches for those things that you can't.
That's 2020, we did it.
And while it may have rained on their parade, some said, let it pour.
Even though it's raining, it'll just make it more rememberable.
Well, making sure dreams are not in short supply, this next story is about one school taking the graduation ceremony to each student and hand delivering more than 200 diplomas.
It's a historical moment for a lot of these kids. They couldn't wait to get to this day, and it was kind of ruined by the coronavirus. But I said to myself, you know what? I'm not going to let that defeat us. I want to bring the graduation to them.
Don High School's director, Raymond Davenport, has always had a creative approach to educating and encouraging his students. He describes Don as a dropout recovery school. And he says he knows he is changing and saving lives.
It's a passion of mine, number one, and I know that the parents appreciate it.
He says he will hand deliver diplomas to his 250 graduates.
I wanted to see the smiles on your faces and your parents' faces to know that you guys accomplished something really important.
Students like Trish Gibbs, her dream now to major in chemistry in college.
I wanted to walk a stage. This is kind of different. Well, it is different, but I wanted to walk a stage. But I graduated still, so I got my diploma.
Kiana Rush says her dream is to own her own business one day.
The school is a great school. It was very helpful, and they was understanding, and they definitely provided a second chance.
you have sometimes, people have their doubts. And, for me, I never have doubts because I know that they're going to get to the finish line.
In every neighborhood throughout Greater Cincinnati, we've seen people embrace this class of 2020. And of course, social media has played a big part of this. In fact, all over the country, there has been a grassroots effort called Adopt a Senior. Now, as one person wrote, it was a little idea that became a very big movement. With proms and graduations canceled because of the COVID-19 crisis, Adopt a Senior has become an easy way people have been able to connect with these young adults and celebrate their crowning achievements.
We never expected it to blow up the way that it did. That fact alone has just been mind-blowing for us.
Meet Kyle Gonzalez. He, along with some friends in Colerain Township, launched a Facebook group called Cincinnati Adopt a Senior 2020. In a short amount of time, they've gotten 5,000 people to join their group. The idea is to inspire a senior with a kind note or a gift card who is missing out on graduation because of the COVID-19 crisis.
Some of the seniors will reach out to us here and there, and when they do talk to us about it, we kind of help try to lift their spirits by letting them know, you guys have all these other different accomplishments you're going to make as your life progresses.
Gonzalez says he is a senior information security engineer for a Cincinnati-based company, an important perspective as he helped launch this Facebook group.
Security has always been a big thing for me for several years. I've been working in information security for about 5 years now. But we do try to do our best to make our members aware of different types of scams and things like that are going on. If we get anything that seems suspicious in our inbox, we'll share it with our members and kind of let them know what the red flags were.
Similar online groups to Adopt a Senior have popped up around the area. Braden Cummins is a senior at Williamsburg High School, a member of the basketball and football teams. His focus now, going to UC in the fall and majoring in informational technology.
Normally it's like friends or family and stuff like that. And then they get you like little goodie bags. I'm really thankful for all of it. It's honestly amazing. And then, yeah, it's really, really cool.
Well, up next on Let's Talk Cincy, we check in on 4 members of the class of 2020 who have been making a difference in their schools, in their communities, and literally in many parts of the world for several years. We find out what's next for the young men who call themselves the Soul Bros. Back in a moment. Welcome back, everyone. I'm Curtis Fuller. A few years ago, a good friend of mine called me and told me about an idea she had for her son and a couple of his friends. The boys were in the 8th grade at the time, and they wanted to reach out and help less fortunate children in other parts of the world. Well, that was the genesis of a nonprofit group now known as the Soul Bros. Their story has made me proud from day one, and I'm sure the best is yet to come. The Soul Bros Foundation is a nonprofit started in 2015. We first introduced you to Curtis Harrison, Spencer Boyd, and Kellen Newman when they were 8th graders at Seven Hills Middle School.
I'm a really big sneakerhead.
The self-proclaimed sneakerheads were inspired by Spencer's mom, who told them about children in Jamaica having no shoes at all. So they decided to do something.
You know how it feels when you get a new pair of shoes. So we said that we wanted other kids to feel the same self-pride that we do when we put on a new pair of shoes.
They started collecting shoes to send to Jamaica. A couple years later, Breland Anderson joined the trio with their mission. Now, in their senior year, they've collected and distributed over 6,000 pairs of sneakers to children in Jamaica, Ghana, Texas, and right here in Greater Cincinnati. They've opened a sneaker closet
so that kids can come in there and see what shoes they want.
The Soul Bros have also written and published a children's book called Soul Bros Change the World.
Our generation's not lost. We just seek to be inspired. And we just want to inspire the next generation to be something big.
They've also hosted a warm for the winter drive, giving people coats and boots. While doing all of this, they've become elite athletes in football, baseball, basketball, swimming, and lacrosse. They are also members of the National Honor Society and have been given a number of awards for their work. I caught up with 3 of them to find out what's next after high school.
I'm committed to swim at DePaul University as well as be a part of their Honors Management Fellow program, which has a specific focus on entrepreneurship. And I'm also part of the Bonner program, which is specifically focused on community service, and I plan on majoring in economics management.
So I'm not playing lacrosse in college, but I will be going to UC to major in biology, and then I'll go to dentist school to become an orthodontist.
I'll be attending Don Prep, and after I get done with my post-grad year, I'll be going to my university to play basketball and study business.
Kellen's going to Butler University to play football, and I think he's majoring in entrepreneurship. I'd just say thank you to everybody that supported us through the years. I'd like to thank WLWT for all of you guys' support over the years. And to 2020, stay positive and we'll get through it. We're almost there.
Well, you know, you heard me mention the local sneaker closet they started. They called it KPS Corner in honor of their classmate, Kyle Plush. The 16-year-old died 2 years ago. It's hard not to be impressed by these 4 young men, but what is equally impressive is the support of their parents and other relatives, always right there by their side from day one. One Facebook post to the guys says it all. It says, all of humanity could take a lesson from these young men. This is what the world needs more of, people who see the need of others and take action. Well, up next on Let's Talk Cincy. If we didn't realize it before, this pandemic has reminded us of the importance of those who educate our children. In a moment, a conversation with this year's Educator of the Year. Every year, Western and Southern selects one outstanding educator from Cincinnati Public Schools. That person receives a $10,000 personal award. The award is named in honor of Dr. Lawrence C. Hawkins. Dr. Hawkins was a member of the elite Tuskegee Airmen, a well-respected Cincinnati educator, former executive vice president over at the University of Cincinnati, and former Western and Southern board member. He passed away in 2009. Spend a little time with Stacy Hill Simmons, and you'll understand why she was named Educator of the Year by Western and Southern.
You're not going to make a lot of friends. I had a superintendent tell me years ago, if someone's not mad at you, you didn't do your job.
Her career in education has lasted 25 years, and she is the longest serving principal in Cincinnati Public Schools.
Every kid who walks into Evanston, our commitment is to make sure that that kid meets with some form of academic success. But that means being deliberate and intentional about who you put in the seats.
She'll be the first to tell you that her staff is the driving force behind the success here at Evanston Academy.
It's just an amazing core group of people who really work hard to do great things for kids. And our kids, I mean, we're fortunate enough to be a neighborhood school, which means most of our kids walk, or the few that are bused. There's a very few, so most of our population, the kids live in the neighborhood. And what an amazing gift Cincinnati Public gets to give to the community with an amazing staff.
President and CEO of Western and Southern, John Barrett, is passionate about recognizing our educators.
It's kind of cool. It's also neat to see inner city Cincinnati thriving. It's nice. You know, we all hear about the suburban sprawl and everybody run out there. People in the city are doing quite well. They really are. And we're a big proponent of that. I think the future holds great promise for any walk of life you want, but the cities have definitely made a comeback. Definitely. I think that by honoring one of the teachers with a decent gift lets them know people care above and beyond the people in their building. The city is indebted to its teachers. And we all know education is the key to anybody's future.
It's a proud moment. It's hard to fathom. I am a mother of 2 little girls. And you can't imagine the feeling of your own kids being proud. Because as a mom, that's all you really look for, is to make your kids proud. My girls were proud of being Educator of the Year. I mean, it's sad. It validates the work that I'm doing, that somebody recognizes it. We do what we do at Evanston. We don't do it for the glory. We do it because we owe the kids. When you sign up to be an educator, that's what you owe the kids. And sometimes it's in your mind, or in my mind, it's overlooked. Just to have someone say, well done, it had nothing to do with the gift, just the idea that you recognize my work is huge, my body of work.
And when we come back, a musical salute to the class of 2020, a local teacher who is hoping to inspire this year's graduates with a special song written just for them when we return. A teacher at DePaul Cristo Rey High School wanted to use her talents to salute the class of 2020. Her name is Shawn Hubble, and she performs all types of music from jazz to gospel. Her song to the class of 2020 has gotten tens of thousands of views on YouTube, and I thought it might be a fitting way to end our salute to the class of 2020.
I just wanted to do something that was encouraging and uplifting and, just to help them to just not give up the fight. This song is called My Song to the Class of 2020. I pray you get a chance to cross that stage and throw that cap in the air. Pray you get a chance to pick that perfect dress or the suit that makes you look debonair. I felt like this would just be a great message for the entire world. Get that feeling of pride to hear the crowd cheer as you take your walk. Diploma in hand and you feel the world is yours. I'm sorry that the world came to a halt. Well, I've been a music teacher for the past 13 years. Music is my passion. To enjoy your friends before you move on. It is the gift that God has given me. When I'm not able to speak properly, I thank God that He has blessed me to sing and play properly, if I may use that. It's a form of communication that surpasses anything that we even understand. I mean, if you go to another country and someone recognizes a song, they're going to join in. They might not have any idea what you're saying. Get the opportunity to pick out a corsage or boutonniere. I am surprised by the response of just high school seniors across the globe saying, my parents might not understand this, but this song was perfect, and some shared their experiences that they didn't get a chance to have, and it was kind of like a little bond that we had. To the night and party with your people one more time.
The first line of that song, I can totally relate to because I did not get a chance to walk either. I did not know anything about how tornadoes worked until my graduation year. And so there was a clap of thunder, there was hail the size of mothballs, everyone screamed and everyone scattered. So I came home drenched, my robe was torn, my cap is probably still on the field somewhere.
You're gonna get that 2020. Oh, yes, you will. You're gonna get that 2020. Speak it so. You're gonna get that 2020. You deserve.
Emotion is there, the passion is there, and that's something that's universal.
You so deserve.
The 2020 that the kids deserve, they can have it for the rest of their lives if they just continue to persevere.
A final thought to salute the class of 2020 and to encourage you to push past this current obstacle. It was the former Beatle and songwriter John Lennon who said, "Everything will be okay in the end. If it's not okay, then it's not the end." And you know, I liked what jazz musician Herbie Hancock said. He said, "It's part of life to have obstacles. It's about overcoming those obstacles. That is the key to happiness." Well, that does it for the program today. Thanks for tuning in for this edition of Let's Talk Cincy. Have a good night and a better day tomorrow.
I pray you get the opportunity to pick out a croissant or a boutonniere, and that somebody asks you to be their date with a little apprehension and fear. I pray you get a chance to dress to the nines and party with your people one more time. I pray you get to cheer for the king and for the queen. I'm sorry, class of 20 was affected by the 19, but I